Welcome back to our channel World of Coins, the place where we uncover hidden treasures in your coin collection. Have you ever wondered if that old coins could be worth thousands or even millions? Well, today's your lucky day. We're diving into some of the rarest and most valuable US coins that might be sitting right under your nose. Let's jump in and see if you've got a fortune waiting to be discovered. Top 1. In the vast world of US coin collecting, certain coins possess an almost magnetic charm, drawing the eyes of collectors, historians, and even casual hobbyists with a story that goes far beyond the copper and metal. One such coin is the United States of America Lincoln 1-cent penny from the year 1961. At first glance, it may appear ordinary, just another cent in the sea of pocket change that passed through hands during a time when John F. Kennedy had just entered the White House and the nation stood on the edge of a new era. But take a closer look and you'll realize that this little coin, bearing the profile of Abraham Lincoln and minted during a moment of great cultural and political transformation, is anything but average. It is a living piece of American history, forged during a time when the country was balancing between tradition and rapid modernization. And in some rare cases, this humble penny is worth more than a luxury car, more than a college education, it's worth a small fortune. The Lincoln penny has long held a special place in the hearts of Americans. Introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. The design was a major shift from earlier U.S. coins that displayed allegorical figures like liberty. For over a century, Lincoln's stoic face has gazed to the right, reminding generations of Americans of his leadership during the Civil War and his commitment to unity, justice, and equality. The 1961 version of the coin carries all of that legacy, and adds its own unique flavor to the mix. In that year, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints, and while billions of them were struck, a tiny fraction came out with rare errors, unique die varieties, and minting quirks that would go unnoticed to most but are of immense interest to collectors. What makes some of the 1961 Lincoln cents so incredibly valuable is the existence of rare varieties that show subtle but significant errors. Double die obverse, misaligned dies, off-center strikes, and coins with unusual mint luster or sharply struck features can command incredible attention. Some of these pennies were preserved in pristine condition, untouched, uncirculated, with a brilliant red shine that still glows as if it left the mint yesterday. Coins like this, graded by professional services at the highest levels, can leap in value astronomically. The red coloration, caused by the original copper surface remaining untarnished, is one of the most sought-after qualities. The combination of condition, historical importance, and rarity creates the perfect storm for value appreciation. There's something poetic about a coin made of one of the lowest denominations being able to rise in value to the point of becoming a national treasure. Imagine walking down the street, spotting a penny, and realizing it's not just spare change, it could be life-changing. That's the beauty of numismatics. The 1961 Lincoln cent is a great reminder that sometimes, the most extraordinary things come in the most ordinary packages. It's not always about gold or silver, sometimes, it's about the story, the preservation, the perfection of the strike, and the unpredictable magic of a minting anomaly that escaped into circulation by pure chance. The Lincoln cent also serves as a mirror reflecting the era it was born in. The early 1960s were a time of hope, ambition, and dramatic shifts. America was pushing the boundaries of technology, society, and culture. It was the beginning of the space race, the rise of civil rights movements, and a renewed sense of national pride. Having a coin from this time is like owning a time capsule, a tangible, authentic slice of the past that holds echoes of the dreams and struggles of that generation. Now, here's the jaw-dropping part. While most 1961 Lincoln pennies are worth just a cent or maybe a few dollars to beginner collectors, a rare specimen, flawlessly preserved, possibly featuring a rare die variety, and graded in mint red condition, has fetched a breathtaking value of $140,000 in words. Yes, you heard that right. A single copper penny, smaller than your thumb, born in a year of immense historical change, is today worth as much as a high-end luxury home. This is the world of rare coins, where history, craftsmanship, and chance collide, and turn something simple into something priceless. Top 2. In the world of coin collecting, sometimes the most unassuming pieces can hold the most fascinating stories. And when it comes to the Lincoln 1-cent penny from 1963, this tiny copper coin is a perfect example of how history, rarity, and collector passion can transform a simple piece of change into a prized possession worth a small fortune. Imagine walking past a coin like this in your daily life without realizing the immense value it could hold. The 1963 Lincoln penny is one such treasure that continues to captivate collectors and historians alike, not just for its familiar design or its age, but for the secrets it may carry within its copper shell. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American pockets and piggy banks since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the iconic profile of the 16th President of the United States was a bold departure from the classical imagery that had previously graced U.S. coins. The penny quickly became not just a tool of commerce, but a symbol of the nation's respect for Lincoln's leadership and sacrifice. By the time 1963 came around, the penny was already steeped in decades of history, and although millions were produced that year, a select few stand out for reasons that go far beyond their face value. What makes the 1963 Lincoln penny so remarkable to collectors is not just its age or how many were minted, but the rare errors and conditions that set a handful of these coins apart from the rest. Some 1963 pennies are known to have been struck on bronze planchets with exceptional clarity, creating coins that exhibit flawless details and deep, rich luster. Others may show doubling on the lettering or unusual minting quirks that make them rare anomalies in the eyes of numismatists. Even more exciting are those specimens that have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition for over 60 years, protected from time and handling, often graded and certified as nearly perfect by leading coin authorities. There's also historical intrigue surrounding the 1963 penny. That year was filled with significant events that shaped the modern United States, from civil rights milestones to the rising tension of the Cold War. Every coin minted during that time is a small, tangible relic of a society in transition. Holding one of these rare pennies can feel like holding a piece of 20th-century American soul, an object that was there, that witnessed change in the hands of everyday Americans and now tells its story through its continued preservation. Collectors often go to great lengths to track down and secure one of these exceptional 1963 Lincoln pennies. They're not just looking for any old coin, they're hunting for those rare, standout examples that have survived the decades in near-perfect condition. These pennies are examined under magnification for sharp details, original mint luster, and absence of blemishes. Some even look for specific mint marks or unusual planchet compositions. When the right combination is found, the coin becomes a showpiece, something that gets displayed, insured, and admired not just for its worth, but for the legacy it represents. And while a penny is traditionally thought of as the smallest denomination in American currency, some are anything but small when it comes to value. One outstanding example of the 1963 Lincoln 1-cent penny, preserved with exceptional care and showcasing all the traits collectors dream of, has been valued at an incredible $130,000 in words. That's a staggering figure for a coin you could have once found at the bottom of a pocket, and it's proof that sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest worth. Top 3. In the fascinating world of coin collecting, where ordinary pocket change can sometimes hold extraordinary value, one coin continues to capture the attention of numismatists and history enthusiasts alike, the 1966 Lincoln 1-cent penny. While to many, this coin may look no different from the millions of others minted that year, there is far more to this small copper piece than meets the eye. As we delve into the story behind this coin, you'll begin to understand why certain pennies from 1966 have become prized treasures among collectors, and how one rare example stunned the coin collecting community with its incredible value. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, has long been one of the most iconic coins in American history. Its enduring design features the beloved profile of President Lincoln on the obverse, a symbol of integrity and resilience. On the reverse, in 1966, the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial served as a tribute to one of the nation's most respected leaders. But not every Lincoln penny is the same, and the story of the 1966 issue is especially intriguing because of the subtle anomalies and rare variations that make some of these coins exceptionally valuable. To truly appreciate the rarity of a high-value 1966 Lincoln cent, it's important to understand the context of its production. In the mid-1960s, the United States Mint was still recovering from the coin shortages of the early part of the decade. Because of this, no mint marks were used on coins from 1965 to 1967, which adds a layer of complexity to identifying certain coins from this period. While billions of 1966 pennies were struck for circulation, the overwhelming majority were mass-produced with standard specifications. However, it's within these countless coins that a handful of exceptional specimens were born, through striking errors, planchet anomalies, or pristine preservation. What sets some 1966 Lincoln pennies apart and elevates them to legendary status is a combination of rarity and condition. For example, some coins exhibit doubling on the obverse, particularly in the lettering or date, a phenomenon known as a double die error. Others may have been struck on a transitional or incorrect planchet, or even feature unusual die alignment or surface luster that makes them stand out under the careful eyes of collectors and grading experts. The most desirable examples are those that remain in uncirculated or near flawless condition, graded highly by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Imagine stumbling upon such a penny, a small, copper-colored coin tucked away in a drawer, a pocket, or a coin jar, and realizing it's worth more than most luxury cars. This has become a reality for a few lucky individuals who discovered their humble 1966 Lincoln cent was anything but ordinary. Collectors are always on the hunt for coins with that rare combination of historical intrigue, condition, and uniqueness. These coins not only tell a story of American history, but also of the remarkable world of coin minting where the slightest imperfection can create immense value. It's this mystique, this dream of finding a hidden gem in the most unexpected places, that keeps the passion for coin collecting alive. And while most 1966 Lincoln pennies will forever be worth just 1 cent, a truly rare and pristine example of this coin once sold for an astounding $110,000. Top 4. In the world of coin collecting, few things are more thrilling than the idea that a simple, everyday penny could be worth a small fortune. Imagine reaching into your pocket or sorting through an old jar of change only to discover that one particular coin could change your life. That's exactly the kind of excitement surrounding the 1975 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that millions of Americans handled without a second thought, yet one rare example of which turned out to be worth an astonishing sum. This isn't just about copper and zinc, it's about history, rarity, and the chance to own a little piece of the extraordinary. The Lincoln penny has been a cornerstone of American currency since 1909, first minted to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, its design has remained largely the same, Lincoln's bust on the obverse and, during the 1975 era, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. While most coins from that period are plentiful and common, it's the rare anomalies, those few error coins or perfect condition pieces, that hold the attention of serious collectors and casual treasure hunters alike. What makes a 1975 Lincoln cent so special? It all begins with the mintage. In 1975, the U.S. Mint produced billions of Lincoln pennies. These coins were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, with the Denver issues bearing the small D mint mark. The vast majority of these coins were used in everyday transactions and show signs of wear and tear. But among them, a few standout examples exist that were either misstruck, preserved in flawless condition, or display unique errors that turn a humble coin into a rare artifact. Some of the most prized 1975 pennies include those with off-center strikes, double die obverse errors, or those struck on foreign planchets. Others gain their value through immaculate preservation, coins that never entered circulation, kept sealed and untouched for nearly 50 years. These pennies, when graded as mint state 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, are nearly flawless, exhibiting brilliant red luster and sharp details that make them true visual gems. Collectors know that it's not just the rarity but also the story behind a coin that adds to its value. Consider the 1975 penny struck on a dime planchet, a mistake at the mint that created an unusual, thinner coin with unexpected coloration. Or imagine discovering a double die variety, where the date or inscriptions appear ghosted or blurred, a telltale sign of a valuable minting error. These are the types of coins that find their way into auctions, stirring up bidding wars and intense excitement among experts. Even more fascinating is the idea that such coins can still be found today. In rolls of coins from the bank, in dusty attic boxes, or tucked away in family heirlooms, there's always the possibility of stumbling upon a hidden treasure. For some, it's a hobby, for others, it becomes a passion. Every penny tells a story, and the 1975 Lincoln cent has one of the most surprising of them all. While most of these coins will remain worth only a cent, one particular 1975 Lincoln penny defied all odds. Preserved in exceptional condition and featuring a rare striking error, this extraordinary coin caught the attention of collectors nationwide. And when it finally went up for sale, it commanded a jaw-dropping price of $95,000. Top 5. In the world of coin collecting, where patience meets discovery and history rests quietly in the palm of your hand, some coins rise far above their face value to tell stories few would believe. One such unassuming yet astonishing example is the 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny. At a glance, it may look just like the millions of others struck that year, small, copper-toned, featuring the familiar profile of President Abraham Lincoln. But if you take a closer look and understand the fascinating background behind this piece, you'll realize how a single penny from 1980 has become a highly sought-after treasure in numismatic circles, sparking intense curiosity and admiration among collectors and historians alike. The Lincoln penny, since its first release in 1909, has evolved subtly over the decades. By 1980, the coin had already become a staple in everyday American life, often overlooked as just spare change. Yet, behind its simple design lies a rich legacy. The obverse side of the coin features Victor David Brenner's portrait of Lincoln, a design that has endured for over a century. On the reverse is the Lincoln Memorial, a powerful monument etched into the heart of Washington, D.C., and into the hearts of millions of Americans. But not all 1980 pennies are created equal. Among the countless coins produced that year by the U.S. Mint, a few rare examples emerged under extraordinary circumstances, instantly transforming these otherwise ordinary cents into objects of tremendous value and fascination. So, what makes a 1980 Lincoln penny so valuable that it could demand national attention? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and errors, those unusual traits that sneak their way into a limited number of coins and give them immense appeal to collectors. Some 1980 pennies were struck with die errors, such as doubling on the date or lettering, which can dramatically increase a coin's value. Others may have been struck on the wrong planchet, like a dime or foreign coin blank, creating an extraordinary anomaly. And then, of course, there are those few coins preserved in perfect, mint-state condition, completely uncirculated, free from wear, and boasting a dazzling natural luster. These are the coins that catch the eyes of grading experts and investors alike. While billions of pennies were minted in 1980, the ones that stand out are those with these unique attributes, either discovered in a roll of coins, passed down in a family heirloom, or simply found by a keen-eyed collector who knew exactly what to look for. These special finds are not just currency, they are miniature pieces of art, minted history that offer a snapshot of the past and a glimpse into the unpredictable world of U.S. coin production. What's truly captivating is that anyone, yes, anyone, could stumble upon such a penny in their collection, purse, or piggy bank. And that's the magic of numismatics, ordinary people discovering extraordinary value in the smallest places. The excitement surrounding rare coins like the 1980 Lincoln penny is fueled not only by their scarcity but also by their mystery. How did such a coin come to be? What circumstances led to its unique features? These questions add layers of intrigue that elevate these coins far beyond their humble origins. For collectors, owning such a coin is like holding a tangible piece of a hidden American narrative. It's a coin that tells a story of the minting process, of human error, of precision, and of discovery, all condensed into a 1-cent piece that could very well be the crown jewel of a collection. And now, for the part that truly stuns even the most seasoned collectors, a rare and exceptional 1980 Lincoln 1-cent penny, due to its flawless condition and unique characteristics, was once sold for an astonishing $70,000.